She said I wasn't ambitious enough. Her father laughed. I agreed, canceled the wedding venue, and transferred the house deposit into my own name the next morning. Hey viewers, before we get into this one, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button if you want more real stories like this. I used to believe relationships were like construction projects. You lay the foundation first. It's not glamorous. It's concrete, steel, quiet effort. No one compliments the foundation, but without it, nothing stands. I was the foundation. Her name was Vanessa. We met when I was 29, working as a senior systems analyst at a healthcare tech company. Stable job, solid salary, no flash, no social media presence full of rented Lamborghinis, just consistent growth. Vanessa was 26 and building her brand. That's what she called it. Brand strategist, lifestyle consultant, vision architect. She had business cards for titles that didn't come with invoices. When we met, she lived in a one-bedroom apartment with white walls and no furniture except a velvet couch she bought strictly for Instagram photos. I didn't judge. I admired her confidence. I thought, she's creative. I'm structured. Balance. I didn't realize I was about to become the silent investor in a company that would never go public. The first red flag came disguised as a compliment. Her father, Richard, shook my hand the first time we met. Stable guy, he said, nodding. I like that. Vanessa needs someone grounded. She tends to chase big energy. He smiled like it was harmless. Later that night, Vanessa told me, Dad just worries I'll outgrow people. I laughed it off. I shouldn't have. Went for 2 years, I funded Momentum. I covered 70% of our rent when we upgraded apartments because content lighting mattered. I paid for her branding shoot. 3 of them, actually. I bought her a MacBook Pro because her old laptop was limiting her creative bandwidth. I even co-signed a small business loan for her consulting agency. The agency had a website, a photo shoot, and exactly 2 clients, both unpaid collaborations. But I wasn't keeping score. I thought investment equals belief. I thought when we got married, the dynamic would mature. Respect would naturally arrive with vows. Then came the engagement pressure. Vanessa started posting subtle hints online. Ring emojis, wedding aesthetic boards, quotes about men who hesitate. Her father began dropping comments. Yay, so when are you making it official? You know, Vanessa isn't getting younger. You've done well for yourself, but what's the 5-year plan, director VP, or comfortable? Comfortable. That word kept coming up like a diagnosis. I planned the proposal for our 3rd anniversary, private rooftop dinner, string lights, live violinist. I had a ring custom made. Not flashy, but elegant, something timeless. The night came. She looked stunning. Everything was perfect until dessert. I stood, took the ring box out. Vanessa, you've been my partner for 3 years. I want to build a life with you. I knelt. She gasped, and then I heard it. A soft chuckle, not from her. From behind me. Richard. I didn't even know he was there. She had invited him. He wanted to see, she whispered. See what? See if I was worthy? And I stayed on one knee. Vanessa, will you marry me? She looked at the ring, then at her father. He leaned back in his chair. Before you answer, he said casually, loud enough for nearby tables to hear, are you sure this is the level you want to settle at? Settle? Vanessa hesitated. She didn't grab my hand. She didn't say yes. She tilted her head. Ethan, I love you. But Dad has a point. You're steady. But are you hungry? I just don't want to plateau. Plateau. On one knee. In front of strangers. While her father sipped wine I paid for. Something inside me didn't break. It clarified. You're right, I said calmly. Both of them looked confused. You shouldn't settle. I closed the ring box, stood up, put it back in my pocket. The violinist awkwardly stopped playing, and I placed enough cash on the table to cover my meal. Congratulations, I said softly. You're free to find hungry. And I walked away. They thought it was a tantrum. I know because my phone exploded 20 minutes later. Vanessa, are you serious? Richard, this is childish. Vanessa, come back and finish the conversation. I blocked both numbers. Then I called the event planner for our reserved wedding venue. Canceled it. Non-refundable deposit. $8,000 gone. Worth every cent. We weren't married yet. The apartment lease was in my name. The savings account for our future home was also in my name. The next morning, I transferred the house fund into a separate account under only me. I removed her authorized access from my credit card. I packed her belongings carefully, not angrily, methodically, by 5 p.m., and her boxes were stacked in the lobby of the building. When she arrived that night, she looked stunned. "You're not serious." "I am." "You're throwing away 3 years because my dad asked questions." "No," I said calmly. "I'm walking away because you agreed with him." She didn't cry immediately. She tried logic. "You're overreacting. You just need to prove them wrong. Get promoted. Take more risks." There it was. My value was conditional. Performance-based love. "No," I said again. "I don't audition for commitment." She stared at me like I'd switched languages. Then she left. The fallout came quietly. First month, silence. Second month, I heard through mutual friends that she moved back into her parents' house temporarily. Third month, she started dating someone ambitious. A startup founder, crypto-heavy, flashy, loud. Instagram loved him. 6 months later, the startup collapsed. Apparently, the funding dried up. Investors pulled out. There were legal issues, unclear accounting. The ambitious man moved to Dubai. Vanessa stayed. A year passed. I didn't revenge glow. I didn't spiral either. I did something radical. I kept living. I focused on my career, got promoted to department lead, bought a townhouse alone, started running half marathons, met someone new. Her name was Maya. Architect, quiet confidence, paid her own bills without commentary. On our third date, she said something that hit me harder than any insult Vanessa ever gave. "I like how calm you are. It feels safe." Safe. But this time, it wasn't an insult. It was gratitude. I saw Vanessa again at a networking gala almost 2 years later. She looked thinner, sharper, more polished, but tired. She approached me near the bar. "Ethan." "Vanessa, I heard you bought property." "I did." "That's amazing." "Thank you." There was an awkward pause. "I was young," she said finally. "I let my dad get in my head." I didn't interrupt. "I thought I needed fireworks. I didn't realize peace was rare." I nodded. "I hope you find what you're looking for." Her voice cracked slightly. "I think I already did. I just didn't recognize it." I took a sip of my drink. "I hope you do better next time," I said calmly. No sarcasm, no anger, just truth. Maya walked over then, slipped her hand into mine naturally. Vanessa noticed. Of course she did. "Take care, Ethan," she said softly. "You too." And that was it. I returned the original ring the week after that failed proposal. It's put the refund into an index fund. It's grown 18% since. Funny thing about ambition, it doesn't always look loud. Sometimes it looks like boundaries. Sometimes it looks like walking away quietly. Sometimes it looks like choosing respect over ego. If you made it this far, subscribe and hit like. And tell me in the comments, was I wrong to walk away? Or was that the first ambitious decision I ever made?